And we're live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Live Reality Game Show podcast, where we're here to talk about all things Survivor Syracuse Heroes versus Villains. I'm not only joined by All Star herself, Madison. I see you brought yourself a little special guest. Care to introduce?
Yes, this is Lily. She is my dog, my family's dog. She loves Survivor. She loves watching with me. And she was part of a strategic mind during both of my seasons. So she'll be joining us today.
Yeah. If Abby can have Oliver, Madison can have Lily.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there are secret showmans that nobody knows about.
Oh my gosh, that would be so cute.
Well, we're here to talk about the Final 5/4 Part 1 of Syrvivor Syracuse Heroes versus Villains. Before we get into all the details, what are your thoughts?
Well, lots of things to unpack. I thought it was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed many things about it. I did not enjoy Jack going home. R.I.P. My number one this season. So sad to see him go, but not too surprising, but not necessarily his fault either.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of his fault. He just shouldn't have played such a great game.
Period.
But we'll dive into Jack's game as we go through this episode. We start off the episode with Gabby immediately regretting not voting off Jack.
Yeah,
she did a tribal later.
Yeah, that's true. That was a shock for me. I was like, it didn't make sense to me, but I guess it all worked out for her because the next one she did just that.
Yeah. Were there any votes when you played either time did you regret? Like, oh, why did I vote this person instead of voting off this one?
No. I guess no, I don't. I don't think I have any voting regrets. I have other regrets, but not as far as voting. So can't relate to that, but I understand it, and I think it's good that she's being analytical and looking back on her moves because she's prepping for potentially making it to the end.
Yeah. And she's almost there. We're down to the final 5/4/3.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we get to hear Cam's side of everything. She's the last hero, the last war dog. Are you surprised to see that Cam got this far, especially for being a first boot?
Yes, I am, and I'm so proud of her. I think she's definitely been under the radar, but she's been playing. I think she's won some challenges. I don't know more than one, but I know she's won at least one. She did well over on the heroes. She was definitely someone who was open to working with me back when I was still in the game. So we love that.
Back to easier times.
But no, I'm just so happy and proud of her, and only time will tell what happens, but I'm very proud of her for getting to this point.
Yeah, Cam's definitely played a great game, especially in comparison to her first season. You would not expect this from her first boot. I mean, being the last hero, the last person ever to receive votes. She has 2 immunity wins.
Yes.
She's barely been to any pre-merge tribals. Too bad her voting history isn't the best, but hey, that's a story.
Absolutely, it's a story. Like, if your allies get voted out, all the more reason to vote for you in the end, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's so many people on the jury being like, I know your game. I know this. I know the stress you put into this, all the work.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And with that, we come to the challenge. It is the Loved Ones Challenge. Yay. Woo! Yay! Great to see Survivor, awkward in college survivors.
Love that.
Yeah. So we get to see some familiar faces. We get to see the winner of season 1, Ava.
Mm-hmm.
We get to see Erica from season 2, Summer from season 2, a potential future contestant in Mel, and then some guy named Colin, who has nothing to do with Survivor, but is happy to be here for his friend Cam.
Yeah, that was funny. I was like, all right, Colin, go off, King.
Yeah, not season 1, Colin. Not season 3, Colin. Just another Colin. It's like Survivor with Sarahs. They're just everywhere. Sarahs or Emily's or Katie's.
Yeah, for sure.
Although this College Survivor, I have not yet seen one Emily, so you kind of don't count as a College Survivor yet unless you have an Emily on a season.
Noted. This needs to be taken into consideration with future casting, 100%.
Whoever is casting season 8, because I think that's what's casting now. I think I saw the advertisements on Play season 8.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever's casting that, make sure you cast at least one person named Emily.
Absolutely. Love that.
And this challenge, it starts off with a quiz on do you know your loved one? They have to answer simple questions like their birthday, favorite color, state, major, siblings. That was it. And I thought it would be fun if we did a quick quiz. I know, we did in this podcast.
Okay.
So let's see if we can guess each other's favorite color.
I think your favorite color is blue.
Close. My favorite color is purple.
Okay.
I don't know if it was obvious.
That looks blue to me. Okay.
It's blue, purple, and pink. So
I'm partially colorblind. Fun fact. Okay.
Okay, I'm just regularly kind of blind. It's just some things aren't there. I'm going to say your favorite color is red.
No.
Oh, what is it?
It is pink.
I was going to say pink, but I didn't want to be too cliche.
Fair enough. I appreciate that. It's also purple, like sunset colors.
Yeah, like purple gray color. And well, you can't really guess what state my home state is because I don't live in the state.
Yes, you live in Ireland. Woo!
Yeah, woo. And your home state, Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember because State of the Mushrooms.
Yes, let's go.
I watched the charity stream. And let's see if I can guess your birthday. Now, I remember your star sign's a Leo. So I'm going to say it's August 9th.
No. Do you want to do one more guess?
Okay, can I have a little hint? Was I anywhere close?
Yes, but it's in July.
July 28th.
So close, July 24th.
Oh.
So close, it's okay.
Okay, let's see if you can guess mine. I'll give you a hint. My star sign is a Libra.
Libra? You're going to have to tell me what month that is.
That would be...
Or the 2 months.
It's the end of September, beginning of October.
Okay, I'm going to guess October 3rd.
No, one more guess. It's in September.
Okay, September 28th.
Close, 25th.
Okay, we take those victories.
We were close. Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, we would not do well in this challenge.
No, we might do well in the second part, okay? We don't know that.
The second part is blindfolded word puzzle. You had to direct your loved one around the campus to pick up word pieces and then solve a puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
These challenges are always so fun to watch. If I'm remembering correctly, you did a partner blindfold in your season?
Yes, with Joe.
With Joe. Shout out to Joe.
Shout out to Joe. Hope he's well.
Yeah, hope you're doing well, mate. Mm-hmm. What was that like? Were you the caller? If I'm trying to remember.
Yes, I was. And honestly, we killed it. So.
Yeah. Now, I remember there was a little bit of a scandal in that episode. Scandal girls. Was that ever confirmed?
No, but it still is suspicious to this day.
To this day, it's still suspicion on whether the winners cheated. Yes. If you're not cheating in Survivor, are you playing?
What? No, we don't cheat in Survivor. Thank you.
Okay, there's no cheating in Survivor. Yes. Only just a lot of scandals.
Yes.
Scandal gals.
Mm-hmm.
But in that, Jake wins another immunity, and congrats to Ava for finally winning an immunity challenge.
That is true.
Yay! Now she has a season win and an immunity win. Will this luck of Ava being there give Jake the win? Who knows?
Who knows?
We'll have to find out. So Jake wins immunity, but Jake also has an idol. So he managed to make it all the way to the end, never using his idols. Because he didn't need to. You have similar experience as well. You never had to use those idols you found because you just had that good of a social game.
Thank you.
But is that something like, could Jake have used his idols to... I'm trying to think, could he have used it to like make a move or something? But
Yeah, he was in
Jake
a
always had power.
yeah, he always had power and he was in a pretty good situation from his own doing. Do I think that maybe he could have used one of those idols to keep someone who would have been loyal to him at the end, and maybe, like, guaranteed.
I'm pointing at you.
Oh, yes. Yes, let's go. I was like, "What?" Um, and I think maybe that would have been the look, but he didn't have it until a little bit later in the game anyway, so limitations to what he could have done, but I think there's some wiggle room for maybe, guaranteeing a spot at the end, but who knows?
Yeah. Plus, he was always on the right side of the vote, so he never needed to use them. So
Mhm.
good on you, Jake. I just wish maybe somebody else found them to make them somewhat interesting or useful. Because like there wasn't the only other than Jake's two idol plays. I mean, we had Owen's idol play, so I guess that's to make up for it.
Mhm. Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah. And with Jake immune, Jack's kind of the obvious target, being considered the only threat left in the game.
Yeah, I disagree that it's the only threat left in the game,
Yeah.
but,
I mean, he does
that's
mention Cam could easily win, having that underdog story and being a hero.
absolutely.
But with that being said, Jack, for some reason, says he's voting Gabby. I don't get why Gabby.
I think he caught wind that Gabby was, like, considering voting for him, and that was his reasoning, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, because I would think the obvious pitch would be like, oh, Cam, she's the last hero. She's going to get all the heroes' votes.
Yeah.
But he went for Gabby. I guess, do we know for a fact if the people knew that Holly had the heroes' idol? So maybe he thought the heroes' idol hasn't been used yet. Don't know where it is. Maybe Cam has it.
I don't know. I don't know if he knew.
Yeah.
Unless Mitch shared with him after being out and hearing that from Holly, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. The mystery continues.
Mhm.
Jack, if you're somehow watching this, let us know. And then pretty much everyone's saying Jack has to go. Like Jake saying it, Abby saying it, Gabby saying it, and Cam saying it. But the problem is they all think Jack has an idol. Well, Gabby thinks Jack has an idol. Everyone's worried he has an idol. Jake and Abby know he doesn't have it.
Mhm.
So a lot of things are being thrown out. Cam saying she might throw a vote on Gabby in case everyone votes Jack and Jack votes her. Cam, and then Gabby's being like, maybe I should vote Cam. At your point at the final five, it was kind of an obvious vote for Kevin to leave at that point, right? Was there
Yes.
ever a worry that Kevin might have had an idol, or was it just like
No,
we
because
know
we had Lydia and I had all of them.
there wasn't like a seventh hidden idol that Kevin could have, like
Yeah,
hidden in the email?
my 3rd season, like, season 3 did not have a lot of idols. Like, I found 2 of the 4 available idols in that game. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was just one per tribe and a merge idol.
Right.
How I personally think it should be, because
I
sometimes
agree.
too many idols can ruin a season.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
heroes versus hustlers, Edge of
Mhm.
Extinction,
Yes.
Snakes and Secrets.
Yeah, a little bit,
Yeah,
but they are
a little
fun.
bit. Idols can be fun, but we need to know when to limit the range on them.
Absolutely.
So everyone is like stressed.
Mhm.
And so Syracuse apparently doesn't do psych tests because Jack is freaking out, as he kind of should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you know you're the target, don't you tend to freak out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So maybe everyone's a little crazy because they sign up for do the show.
Maybe.
Yeah, psych tests are out the window. Another thing that's been happening is like obviously Jack's the main target, but everyone is saying if they vote off Jack, then that's a move that they can pitch to the jury, specifically for Abby and Gabby,
Yeah.
because everyone is saying they've done nothing the whole game. Is
My
voting
thing
off?
with that Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, continue. What were you gonna
I
say?
was just gonna say my thing with that is if everyone has the same idea, everyone can't take responsibility for that move at the end. Like, if everyone's doing it, it's not a big move because it's the obvious move. So it's not. I mean, that doesn't take away from it being a good move. I do agree, like, Jack was unfortunately the move here, for the people left in the game, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Where it's like if everybody agrees on it, it's not really like that impressive of a move because it's just
Mhm.
like a group of people agreeing, yeah, we need to get rid of this person.
Yeah.
I always consider it a move to something nobody would expect. So I don't know, Jake not playing the idol on Abby and then Abby going. I consider that a big move because like you wouldn't expect Abby to go home.
Yeah.
But everyone kind of could guess that Jake was playing the idol for Abby. It's soon be over and I won't get their names mixed up anymore.
Absolutely.
I swear, if they're the final two, I'll be happy for both of them. But the amount of times I'll be just like, Gabby, no, Abby. I mean, even Jake made that mistake this episode. He was like, I'm going to play the idol for Gabby. Sorry, Abby.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if he did play the idol for Gabby.
Wow.
Maybe he kind of should have played. Do you think he should have played it for Gabby? Because if he played it for Gabby, maybe Gabby would have been less reluctant to vote him at the final four.
I don't think it would have made a difference to Gabby. I think Gabby would have done what's best for her. But who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But the final tribal does come, and to complete the Syracuse circle, because this is Luke's last season hosting tier, he gets replaced by someone. We don't know who, although I kind of have a little theory because of a little trailer I saw. I made a comment being like, is Holly taking over as host? ? We'll just have to find out in the upcoming season 5, which will probably be a couple of months away.
Absolutely.
So Jack leaves in a 3-1 vote. Somehow Jake managed to play his idol on the one person that did not get votes.
Yeah, that was funny.
And same vote as it was in season 1 of Syracuse. It was a 3-1 vote then. Well, it was 3 canceled, 1 canceled plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack's gone. And he was kind of a little salty with how Jake exited his plan to get out of Jack. He was not happy with Jake. Does he have a right to be not happy with Jake?
I think when you're voted out, like, you always have a right to be unhappy.
Yeah.
I don't think he said anything bad.
No, it was just like disappointed in Jake. Will that affect him when it comes to the end? What are your thoughts on Jack's whole game as being his number 1 ally?
Yes, I'm proud of him for making it so far. I think he played really well. It's undeniable that he got to the end or almost the end, and being a huge target and like put up as the leader of the villains very early on. The fact that he was able to get to the end is good, impressive, and I think he really improved his social game this season.
Yeah, Jack definitely played a much better game than he did his first season.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was telling him everything. Everyone was looking for his permission to make moves and who to vote for. He had the control. And it's just a shame, like, Jake won the immunity.
Jack and Erica did well in the first part of the challenge. Unfortunately, they just didn't.
Hopefully they're still together. I have
Yes,
no
they
idea. Okay, so happy on YouTube to think they joined together in their mutual dislike, hatred of getting rid of Hannah Dolan. Hannah Dolan brought them together.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happened.
Absolutely.
They came together to vote her off.
Adorable.
Yeah. Once again, we get another let's shit talk Hannah segment.
No.
Well, that wasn't that bad. It was just like, we came together to blindside Hannah.
I guess so.
Yeah. Hannah Dolan forever.
Mm-hmm.
And we're now at the final 4. We're at Jake, Gabby, Abby, and Cam.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the final 4 you're expecting if you could picture a world with you not in it?
I always had a feeling Abby would make it to the end, but other than that, no, could not have.
Yeah, because if you look at this final 4 and even the final 5 with Jack, you have 2 early outs. You had a merge boot with Jack. You had like a middle of the merge with Abby, and then you have
Jake.
A finalist loser with Jake. Like, well-rounded. And now with these 4, women are thriving.
Yes.
How rare. I'm not wrong.
We love women.
Yes, especially if we all remember the trailer of the last episode of the current Survivor season of Real Survivor. Let's hope that doesn't turn out how it's being portrayed.
Okie dokie.
And then we get to the Final Four challenge, and it's mini golf.
Yes, that was fun to watch.
What a fun final challenge well, not final challenge, because we find out it's a final 2. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now, you're in a season where it had a final 3. What would it have been like, let's say your season was a final 2. And we'll throw examples. Let's say you won the final immunity. Would you have taken Zach or taken Lydia to the end?
I would have taken Zach.
Let's say Lydia wins. Would she take Zach or would she take you?
I think she still would have taken me, but I don't know.
Let's say Zach wins the final immunity. You or Lydia?
I think he would have taken Lydia.
Oh, really? What makes you say that?
I think he was more into social game and he was closer with Lydia.
Okay. Do you think if it was a final 2, you would have won?
Yes.
Down at the one season, it was a final 3. So Abby wins the mini golf by cleverly pointing out that whoever was taking score does not know how to do maths correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And she does kind of feel a little guilty.
Yeah, but it happens.
It happens. Like, girl, which would you rather? You win fairly by pointing it out that somebody messed up, or knowing that somebody that you were targeting won, but they technically did not win?
For sure.
How would you compare this Final Four to your Final Four? Because I know it was very different.
Yeah, very different. Very hard to compare. In some ways, I think Jake can be compared to Lydia, 100%. I don't think I can be compared to any of them, for bad or for worse, or for good. I
I
don't
was
know.
talking more of the challenge because holding a shovel all night is definitely a lot different than playing a couple of rounds of mini golf.
Yeah. PTSD.
Yeah. Oh, and you were so close to winning that as well.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, actually, let me throw that hypothetical out there. If you won Final Four, would Sabrina have still been the target, or would you have gone after Lydia?
Yeah, I think Sabrina would have beat us both in the end still. Sabrina still would have gone, but I would have had something else on my resume.
Yeah, you could have added an immunity win.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Sabrina, you were just too threatening.
Yeah.
Bring her back if she ever wants to.
She's on prod.
We see her in the background.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Sabrina, and also great job, Sabrina, also hosting the Syracuse recaps on the actual Syracuse channel.
Oh, absolutely.
You and Mike and occasionally Molly and whoever other guests you have.
Mm-hmm.
So with that Abby's win, Abby and Jake are just like, it's Cam. And then it seems like it's obviously going to be Cam. Last hero, just going to get all the heroes votes, yada yada. And then Cam's doing the obvious, being like, Jake, because duh.
I think Jake's the obvious person to go here. The fact that it's not more obvious to the people remaining, kind of crazy to me, but.
Well, it's kind of one person in particular, Miss Abby. She's not voting Jake. Gabby is pretty much voting Jake because she's done the math in her head. She knows, or at least she believes, it doesn't matter who she goes up against, she'll win as long as it ain't Jake.
Mm-hmm.
And Gabby is the type of girl being like, I would be happy if a villain win. I mean, villain's strong, but I want to be that villain that wins. As being her bestest friend of all time. What do you think of like Gabby this episode? Because Gabby, she's like planning and she's kind of self-aware of her position and she knows what she has to do.
Yeah, Gabby's doing well. She is, she's doing well. She's bringing the good content for sure. Always has very nice lighting in her vlogs. So.
Yeah, I think she has like one of those like
ring lights.
I don't want to call it ring lights. I was going to call it a makeup ring because it's like all the makeup YouTubers do.
Mm-hmm.
And Abby's just really not budging with voting off Jake because Abby is so sure of herself and great with the confidence. She's so sure that as long as she makes it to the end and explains her case, she can win no matter who she's up against.
Mm-hmm.
Now, love the confidence. kind of delusional because it's one thing to plead your case to the jury. It's another case for the jury to believe it.
Absolutely. I think as sure as I was that I was going to win, I always knew like I wouldn't be getting everyone's vote, and I knew it would be close between me and Lydia. So I think going in with that much confidence might be a bad thing because I think the jury would potentially find that annoying to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely winning. I'm getting all your votes." Like, there's no way to guarantee that, but we shall see what happens.
Yeah. She says, I'm gathering logs for proof.
Yeah, and I don't think you can do that.
Yeah, I think she's just being like, yeah, maybe she believes just like, oh, I get to show off these vlogs, being like, I knew what I was doing, and then Luke's like, no,
Honey,
you
if
can't
I
do that.
could show my spreadsheets, jury would have been done, all right?
You're just screen sharing, like, okay, here's my spreadsheets. As you can see, Holly's at the very, very bottom. And Owen, see, you're at the very, very top.
I know. Yeah, Owen.
Well, under me, but.
Killing me.
So, and then we get to Miss Cam.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying her best to get Abby to vote, to pretty much not vote her.
Yep.
To where she comes up with a plan. Hey, vote Gabby with me to at least give me a chance in Final Four. And if you do that, then I'll vote for you to win, even if I go home. And I'll try and convince the jury to vote for you as well.
Very good. Very good move.
Very good. Pretty much being like, okay, I know you're never going to vote Jake. How about this other person to at least give me a chance? What was the Final Four in season 3 like? Was it pretty much like, it's obviously Sabrina, so we're all just going to vote for Sabrina?
Yeah, it was pretty obvious. Yeah.
Unless you're Lydia and it was like, I'm just going to throw my vote on Madison. And I think that's pretty much what Cam was trying to recreate because in actuality...
No. Cam was more, yeah, I feel like her move was more complex because she was going. Like, she was going. I wasn't going. So...
No, Lydia just did that to be like, I just can't write down Sabrina.
Yeah.
I just couldn't write down her name, so I just voted for the other girl who should have won. Lydia's a great winner. I just have my bias.
Mm-hmm.
But Cam's actual plan is to try and recreate the vote count of that season and make it a 2-2-1, with her and Gabby voting Jake voting Cam, and then Abby voting for Gabby to try and get out Jake.
Yeah.
And this is a smart plan. Until this even gets Gabby like, oh my god, what should I do? She even asks Wentworth for advice. The fact that the girl is still able to do that. Talk about jealous.
Oh, I was so jealous. Oh my gosh. Don't get me started.
Oh god. I mean, Wentworth has experience with going home 4th and properly should have won a season.
Mm-hmm.
So you can relate to her on that part.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so like Gabby or Cam.
Mm-hmm.
And Jake's confident that I'm obviously voting for Cam. And he kind of pulls on a situation being like, I was in a similar situation like this before in season 1 with Ava. But the difference being Jake and Abby have always been on the same tribe. So they pretty much have the same relationships. So do you kind of see the Jake-Ava, Jake-Abby relationship between this season?
Not really, but I'm sure it's there. He lived it. I didn't.
He experienced it. He lost from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does Jake have a guaranteed win no matter who he's up against, whether it's Abby, Gabby, or Cam?
I don't like saying guaranteed win, but is he definitely the front runner? For sure.
For sure. And when we get to the tribal, well, I just want to point out Gabby's I Hate Men shirt, or Men Are Cancelled.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, she's gonna be a hoot to have on here one day if she ever gets voted off.
Mm-hmm.
And when we get to tribal, it's a tie between Cam and Jake. We get to the revote. It's still a tie. So it's a fire making challenge, but it's actually an endurance challenge who can ever hold their hand up the longest wins.
Mhm.
Gabby stuck with voting off Jake. Abby stuck with voting off Cam. And the Survivor people did the worst thing in media history, and they left it off as to be continued.
It is what it is. We gotta do it for the views.
Gotta build up that suspense. Did
Mhm.
you believe that Jake was going, or that Cam was going, or that it'd be a tie?
So I had the privilege of, like, watching this happen, like, I remember Jack texted me, and he was like, "They're going to fire," and I was like, "Hold up, Imma be there," so I went in my flight suit because I was coming from ROTC, and I watched this happen, so
Live?
live.
Now, not spoiling who won.
Mhm.
How long did this lot go on for?
I can't spoil that. We'll have to see.
Oh, even the time is
Nope, no spoilers here.
no spoiler. No, all we know is that it's a classic. We're going all the way back to episode 1 of Survivor Syracuse. Who's
Mhm.
going home, Cam
Mhm.
or Jake?
Yeah, that's true.
Talk about first local moment for this season. So I said this in the Discord. I just don't see a world where Jake does not make final tribal council, or at least make final 3.
Hmm.
I just find it so hard to believe. Like, is Jake actually going to go home, and it's going to be Cam, Gabby, and Abby at the end? We'll just have to wait till next week.
We'll have to wait and
Yeah.
see.
Since you know who wins and refuse to tell us because you're sworn to secrecy by Syracuse
Absolutely.
contracts.
Absolutely. Paul would kill me.
Yeah. Shout out to Paul.
Yes.
What I believe. Okay. So like I said, I don't see a world where Jake loses. So I believe the final 3 will be Jake, Abby, and Gabby. Who wins the final 3, it's most likely Jake or Abby. It's like Jake, Abby, tie between Jake and Abby. Cam comes back into the game. Nobody wins, and then Gabby.
Wow. Dang.
This is for the immunity, not for who wins.
Yes.
My question is, let's say you don't know who wins and you don't know circumstances. Let's say the final 3 is Jake, Abby, and Gabby. Would you believe if Abby won, she'd vote off Jake then?
I would hope so.
Hope is one thing, belief is another.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think I would laugh if like Gabby won the final immunity after not winning anything the whole season.
Yeah.
If the final there we go. If the final 3 is Abby, Cam, and Gabby, I think the world would implode.
Why?
I
Girl
think it's just
power.
yes, girl power, but it's just like we're meant to be not like we're meant to believe. It's just like I think the world would be in shock, being like, what? Jake lost.
Mhm.
I think it's just like something we wouldn't expect. Now that would be a big move.
Mhm.
So I just can't wait till the episode coming out. I want to say upcoming Thursday.
Yeah, I think this Thursday.
This Thursday, hopefully. It might get rescheduled. So this Thursday we'll get the final of Survivor Syracuse Heroes versus Villains. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. Yes.
Yeah, only one
absolutely.
more episode and the season will end.
Mhm.
I know. Oh, time to start begging people to come on for interviews.
Yes.
I already messaged Jake because I'd be like, his schedule's most likely going to be extremely busy. I'll ask him a week early.
Good stuff.
So, what are you expecting for this final, or what were you expecting when you were watching it?
I think it's gonna be a show. I think it's gonna be very entertaining, and who knows what's gonna happen. I mean, I do know, but I didn't at the time. So
Not at the time.
yeah.
Is there a reunion going to be happening?
Yes, I believe so. That's what I was told.
Okay, a potential reunion after the final.
Mhm.
And well, I was going to show off my ranking list, but I think I'll save that for the end of the season to show off a full scene.
Perfect.
Although, spoiler alert, Jack's number 1 out of all the 5th places.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah, if I'm remembering, yeah, it's pretty obvious because I have to compare him to Kevin, Valentina, and Summer, and they're all great players.
Oh, yeah, that's a really
But
stat.
if I'm comparing all 4 of them, Jack definitely be the best.
Okay.
Who is going to join you in the third place rankings, and will they beat your top placement? I'm going to say this, probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not, because unlike all other third places, you made the final.
Yes.
So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Madison, as usual, for joining me, as well as Lily for joining as well. Gracing us by her appearance. Who's Lily rooting for?
I think she's rooting for Abby because of Oliver.
Ah, yes, the blooming romance that might exist, we don't know. Oliver, the real winner.
Yes.
It's like Oliver, one vote Oliver.
Yes. Yes.
Oliver, 2 votes Oliver.
Hey, that's the real winner.
Yeah. It's like, what's inside? And then Abby's like, I'm technically Oliver's owner, so I have to get the, because he's not old enough yet. So
Big
I'll take the
gameplay
title.
right there. Yeah.
So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks again, Madison, for joining. If you want to see more Syrvivor Syracuse content, follow the YouTube channel, join I was supposed to join the Instagram. Follow the Instagram, follow the Twitter, join the Survivor Reddit Discord. There's a Syracuse chat. I'll be in it. Madison's in it. Jake's in it. A couple of other people are in it as well. And if you want to see more live reality game show podcast stuff, follow the Facebook group, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you can't watch it, there's an audio form, 5 stars, all that podcast stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTuber stuff. Leave comments on Syracuse episodes, get those views counts up. Even if they're negative comments, it'll help spread the word.
True.
If you're like, Jack was robbed, or where the hell is Madison?
We take those.
Yeah, leave those in the comments, and we'll see you next time for the final of Syrvivor Syracuse, Heroes versus Villains. Bye, everyone.
Bye.